Guys, welcome back. State of the Bitcoin. I thought this was a nice little pun on words because of State of the Union that just literally happened. I don't know if everyone is coming from there or where, but welcome to the channel. This is Sneh here at Crypto Somniac, and Bitcoin is dropping. Bitcoin is dropping at alarming levels. So let's talk about it. I mean, let's talk about it, right? Which coin are we pumping? We don't pump coins here, but let's pump Bitcoin. Everybody, let's pump Bitcoin. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All right. And for the for the State of the Union, it's once a year. Let's get some nice State of the Union quotes through history. Okay. Don't ask what Bitcoin could do for you, but ask what you could do for Bitcoin. All right, let's keep reading some other ones. Oh, these are boring. It is the interest of the United States to preserve the most friendly relations with every power on fair, equal, and applicable to all. No, these aren't very memorable or quotable. Okay. All right. Well, none of these quotes are really quotable, so never mind. All right. All right. State of the Bitcoin. We're gonna let the room populate here a little bit. I know a lot of people are just now jumping in. I know we're live all over Twitter, Facebook. But that being said, let's go through the market. So on CryptoSomniac.com, let's actually look at it in BTC. Let's see what's dropping in terms of BTC. Actually, let's go back to CoinMarketCap for that. Populous is booming. Everything is down though compared to BTC. So if you're holding on to BTC, it's a very good time to, essentially. Look at that. Wow. ATM chain is the only thing. Wow. Wow. That's rough. It's really rough, guys. Wow, that is really, really sad. Buy BTC. I mean, we'll see if we buy BTC. But yeah, that's just so sad. The market really took a beating. Okay. Sorry, I'm just absorbing this information as well. I've been watching the markets all day, but they just seem to be getting worse and worse. Even these hourlies, they haven't really bounced back yet. But that being said, we need a snaggle boom. Only squiggle booms here, buddy. Only squiggle booms. All right, let's go to BTC USD. Let's figure out what the state of BTC really is. It's like, what are we doing? I mean, I don't understand. There's no volume coming in. There's no institutional pressure coming in. There's Tether FUD coming out now. It's just very, very speculative what exactly is happening to Bitcoin right now. We're just moving at a sideways momentum, and we're not doing anything, right? We're not doing basically anything. We're just essentially breaking down to support, slowly chipping away at supports. It took us a week to get down below 10,000, but I think we're about to do it. If not, we already have done it. Let's go take a look at Bitcoin USD. Let's open up the charts. So the Tether FUD, there's the auditor relations got fizzled out. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that was a scam, but I'm honestly hoping it's not, because that would be catastrophic. It really would be catastrophic. I mean, we could easily see $5,000–6,000 Bitcoin if it got down that low. So yeah, we thought we were breaking out of this wedge, but not quite yet. So I'm thinking, 9,000 is our next support. Maybe we'll keep dropping, maybe we won't. But let's look at the hourly. Hourly looks like it might finally correct back itself. Maybe we're seeing some nice resistance here. We do have buy signals. The Stochastic is going up. The RSI is pretty low. So this is not too bad. But, we'll see if we could break through this resistance here. The support level, rather, at, around that 10,000 mark. I predicted 9.8. If you wanted to buy right now and you wanted to swing sell it, you could probably do it. But, I mean, the markets are just so shaky right now. I mean, let's look at the 30 minutes. 30 minutes doesn't look too bad. Maybe we could actually pop out of this. Maybe go back, to that $10,500 range. It's looking like a bull trap more and more. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me again, whatever the saying is. What is it? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Yeah, there it is. Okay. All right, let's read through these. Okay, so right now we're looking at this stochastic that's pretty high. I mean, I would honestly like to see more volume come out, like way more volume before I make a definitive decision. But there's a decent amount of volume. I mean, if we look at the 4 hour, like that's a lot of volume in the past 12 hours, a lot of sell volume, right? So obviously we had a lot of bears come back into this market. So honestly, the momentum is even looking a little red as well, and I think we can continue on this sell-off. I wouldn't be surprised if we got to 8,500. That's essentially it. I don't think we get past 8,500 unless there's some serious FUD going on. I honestly wouldn't. I wouldn't bank on Bitcoin. I wouldn't bank on Bitcoin to break out of that. 10,000 resistance. 10,000 resistance, and this is going to be the new resistance. It's going to be 10,000 if we do pop down below that level. We're going to go back to GDAX, and we're actually going to go take a look at what's actually happening here. Whoops, I don't want to sign in. Let's view exchange. So we're seeing a decent amount of resistance. I mean, that is, I think we could easily, I would not be surprised if we go to 8,500 within the day. Within 24 hours. We dropped a whopping, $1,100. That's pretty steep. And it's unfortunate that this is happening to Bitcoin, but I think it's still good because we're falling in this falling wedge. So honestly, I think we will drop. I mean, I'm hoping we're not. I'm not selling any right now. I laddered some out as it was falling. But other than that, I haven't really thought about even selling any of my Bitcoin. I'm going to be hodling for this short period of time. Maybe I'll set a stop loss at 93, maybe 92, and then buy back at 91 or something. A nice little flip. Every little bit counts. So if I could see, if the market clearly looks down to me, and I'd be looking in the 15-minute mark right here. See, right now, this doesn't bode well for me. I would have liked to see a more bullish reversal, but we could totally see some resistance coming out here near the $10,000 mark. But we're dropping fast, and that's really unfortunate. But that's the reality of the situation. That being said, state of the Bitcoin is not good. I think this is a little bit healthier than a correction here. A little bit too healthy, I would say. It's a fat correction. And that being said, I really do think we could bounce right off that 9,000 to 8,500 mark. I don't think there's much resistance until 9,500 at this point. So it's gonna be interesting. Double bottom. I mean, at this point we're seeing a triple bottom, right? So Hourglass on YouTube asks double bottom. So I don't actually think so. I don't actually think it's a double bottom. I think we're continuing to break down. I don't think this is a decent level of resistance, but I think we'll continue to break down here. Make crypto great again. Yes. Bitcoin is losing weight, guys. No need to panic. Just following through with its New Year's resolution. Wow. Richard Bitcoin Boyer says, I sold at 19,000. Well, congratulations. You know, now you have double the Bitcoin if you bought back right now. So not too bad. Not too bad, right? All right. Let's continue looking through it. I mean, on the daily, look at this daily. Even this daily doesn't look that fantastic to me. Look at that, guys. We're officially right back into the bear market. This was a bull trap if I've ever seen one. You know, we'll see what we could do if we're consider headed down some more. Yeah, even in the 12 hours looking bad, 6 hours looking bad, 4 hours looking bad. See, 1 hour, you know, still looking like trappish. Nothing really to tell there. I mean, it's. I think it's going to continue going down. I think that's the. And that's they're ready. This is just it. You know. You know, we saw future contracts going a little bullish. So the new contracts that they have released, they were trending bullish, meaning that they were predicting the price going up instead of continuing to drop. While as when it was at an all-time high, they were predicting it to drop. That being said, you know, it's going to be tough. For Bitcoin, is, you know, especially if you're a Bitcoin hodler. I think we will see the $8,500 mark, maybe even lower. I've seen some analysts call it at let's see, they said they call it at 75. So why is this auto scale? Okay, so they're thinking it was going to get down to 75. I think that's a little too low for my liking. I think we bounce out at 9,000 to 8,500. And hopefully we have a bullish reversal there. I think with the advent of, you know, Robinhood coming in and propelling that market with brand new investors, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting, you know. So yeah, absolutely. I mean, I wish I had a little bit more fiat to buy back in, but most of my money's already tied up into Bitcoin. But that being said, you know, it'll be interesting to see. It's kind of beautiful to see the markets and how they really react upon news, upon any sort of events. You know, this is really interesting. You know, you're almost trying to, you know, you're almost like rolling. You're almost what is that called? 8 balls. You know, crystal ball. That's what I'm trying to say. Crystal balls. You know, I'm just trying to predict the future here. So it's going to be interesting to see what exactly happens with Bitcoin, specifically with this sideways market. I really thought we wouldn't break down from that yellow line, but obviously I was wrong, and we broke down and we tumbled right back down to support. So I drew this out very, very long ago. I mean, look at this, guys. We put this as 4 hours. So we had this support. I said this red line was support. This yellow line was this trending upward resistance that we had, support rather we had. And then we had this falling wedge, a long-term falling wedge here. So falling wedge is a reversal pattern, but obviously I don't think yet. You know, I think it needs to bounce off this bottom trend line before it goes back up. I think that is the pretty much last sign of defense until we hit that 7,500 mark. If we are bouncing off that falling wedge, or we could even bounce off this 9,900 mark, this 98, you know, 98 to 9,700 mark. You know, I think it will bounce a little, but I think we could see 9,500. I wouldn't be surprised. Do you do Fibonacci patterns? I do. So Fibonacci patterns. So let's look at Fibonacci sequences. There's resistance fans. There's time zones. I've just found that. This is the best. I'm actually going to keep... I want to draw it right here, actually. Sorry, guys. Just trying to fix this chart. Style. Reverse. Extend lines. There you go. Oh, what? reverse, extend lines. Okay. All right. So we saw our bottom here. We may even approach that. That's at 95. You know, wow. You know, that's going to be a really big drop if we do break past that 95. In my wholehearted opinion, you know, I'm not selling much right now, but I may consider selling some. You know, even if you sold right now, I would bank on it hitting 95 before doing anything else. But that being said, you know, be careful. You know, I may hodl through the storm mostly, but I would be careful. You know, you don't want to over leverage yourself, or possibly fear a pretty much comeback, right? And that's what we saw in September. Let's actually go back to September and let's go down memory lane a little bit, right? What's going on? Where are my charts? Okay. So this is the daily. Let's pull it out to the 4-hour. Good Lord. Sometimes, all right, there it is. This is the China FUD. Okay, let's just classify this. This is the China FUD, right? So this is what happened at the peak, and it dropped down this low. Let's actually hide that volume, because you know I think it is interesting to see this. But let's keep drawing this out. Extended. So we saw a very steep decline with resistance there and support here. I mean, this brings me back, right? I mean, everyone's really worried in September. You know, everyone yelling, screaming, you know, what's going on? Is this the flippening? You know, this is all China. This is essentially all China FUD, you know. When I say China FUD, they banned exchanges. And, you know, in the long term, it really didn't, I don't think it really affected too much because they still did some illegal trading, right? But it is super interesting to see. I mean, this is exactly what happened in the China FUD, right? So actually this drop is even more significant than the China FUD. So if we put this price range right down here, so we saw a 40% price drop. You know, that's very huge. I mean, let's pull this back out to the daily. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So around 14 days, 2 weeks, and then we had an immediate reversal, and then we went right back to all-time highs. So how long has it been? And one of the things that I really would like to point out right now is I'm going to actually turn on the 1-day moving average. And this is something, I don't know if you guys saw this in my previous videos. I also tweeted this. You can follow me at twitter.com/cryptobot. I mean, I'll link that later. But, you know, every time we hit this 100-day moving average, we continue to bounce. And you know, 1 bounce, 2 bounce, you know, it barely scrapes it. And here, you know, we've basically spent a week at the 100-day moving average. So I think it is very oversold right now. You know, even the RSI is saying that. I mean, this daily RSI is not as bad as the China FUD. Remember that China FUD I was saying, that huge drop? Well, this drop is still not as bad as the China FUD drop, according to the relative strength indicator. That being said, I mean, I really think we could continue to drop, and then we'll see maybe early February when it starts to really reverse hard. And I think this will be a really hard reverse, considering all the new investors that really have come in to the market. I still think there's a lot of huge institutional investors still willing to come into this market. You know, it is a little shaky, it's a little scary, right? But I think in the long term we'll be fine. All right, sorry. Now let's read some of these comments you guys got. And sorry for the Bitcoin rant. This is state of the Bitcoin, so it is pretty bad. If Daddy Snake jumped off a cliff, I'd follow. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah. Don't listen to any YouTuber. Okay. Honestly, don't listen to any YouTuber. You have to do your own research. You know, you have to do your own research. I mean, there's no getting around it unless you really, you know, we have the Cryptosomnic advantage, which we try to put out legitimate news and, you know, try not to FUD the market and really clear out what's bullshit, what's not. But that being said, I mean, we have like a researcher team here that actually writes articles, actually does its due diligence. But that being said, you should still take your information from different sources, whether that be from me and, you know, CoinDesk and, you know, Reddit posts or whatever you want. You know, this is a very decentralized news arena, so it should be very difficult. Do you think ETH is more appealing than Bitcoin right now? Ronell asks. So let's see. ETH BTC. So wow, look at that. Wow, we really have surged above Bitcoin, huh? Let's get this 4 hour. Wow, this is really, if you're an ETH holder, this is very promising. Excuse me. This is very, very promising. Look at that, guys. Wow. Wow. So even the MACD on the daily is about to hit for ETH. So this is very, very good. This is a very good sign for ETH. I mean, it's super oversold. So, I mean, overbought. So I don't know if I'd buy in right now with ETH, honestly. You know, it's really, really surprising to see. I knew it was going to get to, you know, that $2,000 to $3,000 range. But I don't think, you know, I thought it was going to happen, you know, by June. You know, I didn't think it was going to, you know, really excel at this rate that it has. As of right now, I'm not going to be transferring any of my Bitcoin into ETH. That's just a personal choice of mine because I think it is still very, very, Bitcoin's very, very oversold. And I still think Bitcoin has a lot of enthusiasm behind it, and it attracts not only institutional people but the regular retail investors as well. There's a huge demand for it. I honestly don't think Bitcoin's going to go anywhere anytime soon. Ethereum is backed by Microsoft and several other big time companies. That's just wrong. Ethereum isn't backed by any company. They're in the EAA, so that's the Ethereum Enterprise Alliance. That does not mean a partnership or a backing. That just means they have a cooperation with them. Okay, just means they've worked together in the past. You know, it's called the Ethereum Enterprise Alliance. So there is no partnership per se. It's true some YouTubers I was following were doing good videos, still good, but time to time they put out their personal interests without giving some sort of good disclaimer. Not good. Yeah, I mean, I usually disclaim what I'm actually bought into. You know, I wouldn't say, hey, everybody, go buy this coin without actually telling you that I bought it as well. For example, you know, no, there's not actually a really good example I could really tell you, but where's HPB? Oh, Lord. History. All right. Control F, HPB. All right, so HPB is still doing decent. I mean, it's still up from where I bought it. You know, everything really took a hit. Look at that. I mean, let's look at it in terms of Bitcoin. That's a lot of processing data, but anyways, let's go through your other cryptocurrencies, guys. I know today's a red bloody day, and you know, it's super interesting, you know, because you know when the days are down like this, you inherently feel a little worse. You know, you're like a little, it's always like a little less bright outside, a little bit more cloudy. You stub your toe, it hurts a little bit more just because the markets are down. You know, you know, you get that paper cut at work and it's life ending. You know, like, oh my God, like how could this happen to me? How could this paper cut happen to me? How? You know, that's what you really feel when the markets are down. Everyone feels super blue, and you know, when the markets are down, it's tough to make good decisions. It's really tough to make good decisions when the markets are down. You know, whether that be whether that be personal decisions or financial decisions in the market. You know, I think when the markets are down like this hard, especially if you bought high, you know, it could get a little bit overwhelming. But the important part is, you know, make sure you guys, you know, keep your cool. Make sure you keep doing your research. Don't panic, right? Don't fall into this FUD. Do not panic. You know, stay vigilant. Sell off when you need to. If it's some money that you can't lose, you know, you literally can't lose, or would detrimentally hurt your lifestyle, or you know, your payment of your rent or college or anything. You know, maybe it is a decent time, you know, to start thinking about future more non-volatile markets, right? I mean, if you got in any time, like, let's look. Let's actually look at ETH USD. Actually, let's go to BTC USD. Okay, so if you bought any time since November, essentially, any time in December or January, you're obviously very worried. You're obviously very worried. And guys, it's unfortunate, but you're not going to make good decisions when the market is at a state like this. You know, when you're a little bit more experienced, you know, and you see all these massive drops. You know, we haven't seen a downtrend like this in a while. Actually, to tell you the truth, like, this is, you know, quite a long downtrend for almost 2 months straight. We've been trending downwards. And that being said, I think it's healthy for the market, but if you're a little bit more experienced like us, like I actually wish I had a little bit more fiat to put back into the market. You know, we've seen bounces, we've seen ultimate corrections like this time and time again. But again, we have not seen this long extended downturn in quite a while, in over a year. I mean, this is by far one of the heaviest bearish actions, price actions I've ever seen. So, you know, and I've been doing this since 2013. Right, and this is really extended. So just be careful, guys. Just be careful. So let's go through you guys cryptocurrencies that you guys want to go through. Just take it easy. Make sure you're ingesting a lot of information. You know, make sure you don't need this money to survive. This market could go either way. I mean, we could go back down to 5,000 tomorrow if we really needed to, right? So just be careful. I mean, with enough FUD, we could go down to 5,000 within a day. Donald Trump says, "Hey, I hate this Bitcoin stuff. It's going to drop." Or if Tether actually is a scam, it's going to drop, you know, to $5,000 to $6,000. It's a very volatile market, so be careful. All right, so Litecoin, we are hitting that 100-day moving average. That is massive, right? That is a massive downtrend essentially from that USD dollar valuation. But again, I'm on the logarithmic. Let me just push it to the logarithmic scale. Everything is a little bit concerning. I mean, I think the whole thing is the whole market really depends on Bitcoin's price movement at this point. All right, so I'm gonna pair it with Bitcoin. So it's hitting that buy level that I actually wanted to buy under. So I wanted to buy under this orange line. We'll see if it drops down that low, but You know, let's actually look at this 4-hour. Yeah, so it might drop down even lower. I don't see any problem with it dropping lower. Yep. Yeah, I think it'll definitely drop down a little bit lower than it is. Snakecoin, there's no Snakecoin yet, but keep your eyes open, and you know, maybe there'll be a Snakecoin soon. Okay, let's take a look. XLM and Neo. So actually, let's go through Neo first. So Neo had actually XLM. Let's go through XLM. Neo had that DevCon, so there's a lot of crazy perspective. So XLM, I mean, it's doing okay. This is looking like a really nice time to buy. That 1 hour is shaky at best, right? I mean, that's super shaky. So up, down, up, down, up, down, just constant sell off. Let's pull it to the 4 hour actually. Wow, my phone is blowing up. All right, stochastic super low, RSI super low. Wow, guys, this is a very decent time to buy in my opinion. Let's look at that. Let's look at that 2 hour. Let's see. I mean, I'd like to see a little bit more of a confirmation before I go all in, but you know, this is looking like a really tempting place to get into Stellar. I mean, I've always liked Stellar, so you know, their partnerships and the platform that they're building out compared to Ripple, I think is a little bit better in my honest opinion. All right, let's go through GVT. GVT falling along these lines here, and you know, we're gonna try to buy under this red mark. Honestly, I'm gonna try to buy some GVT under this red mark here. That's around that 0.00164 or 165. I'd say 165. I'm gonna pull it up a little bit so no one gets confused. So that's where I would say, you know, yikes, this is hard. Okay. So 0.00165, I think that's a decent amount of time. So a lot of people asking still about the KuCoin coin. So let's go through KuCoin and look at what's happening. Oh, I'm slouching hard. All right, that's better. All right, let's go through KuCoin. KuCoin, all right. And I really do appreciate all of you guys joining me today. Smash that thumbs up if you do like the content. You know, these markets are shaky. I'm glad all of you guys are here to experience the bad times with us, because in the good times we'll be here too. So the good times are good. You know, we used to pop a bottle of champagne every time Bitcoin used to break through all-time highs every week, pretty much. And now it's you know, it's crazy. You know, we hit 10,000. I was like, oh my god, like this is the best day of my life, 10,000. You know, and I've been holding Bitcoin since 2013, so pretty awesome stuff. And now at 10,000, you're just like, I'm the brokest man I've ever met. You know, I'm so broke now. You know, because it went back down to 10,000. But you know, I haven't really entered the market with fiat too much over 10,000. So, oh wow, that is dropping. Look at that wall as well. That's a big wall. Let's insert some indicators here. MACD. And I do apologize for this, guys, but I have to actually format this because KuCoin, there's no trading view on KuCoin or anything. So just give me a second and I'll format this real quick. So you know, so you guys are able to see these marks a little better. How do I remove this? Okay. All right. I guess we're having two MACDs. This is interesting. All right. I guess I'll make one's MACD. Okay. Let's open up the RSI. And then once I get this set up, you know, it'll be an easier time for me just to go through the KuCoin coins. But I have to set this up because essentially because TradingView or Coinigy doesn't support KuCoin yet, which is kind of dumb, but whatever. All right, that's good. I like that. And let's brighten this up here. Okay, so wow. Okay, so this 8 hour, wow. So this 8 hour is actually hitting on the MACD. We're seeing some intense consolidation. I could see us hitting a 0.003 so 3,000 satoshis. I could see us hitting. I mean, we don't have much support. We honestly don't have that much support. The 1 hour looks healthy, but if we go back down to that 8 hour, this is UTrust that we're looking at, guys. That wall is massive. That sell wall is pretty massive. That RSI is super low. Could we see a further decline? Maybe. But I'm really hoping that this might be, you know, even laddering in your orders right now may not be too bad of an idea. I like UTrust long term. I think it's pretty good. I'd like to see them do some more marketing, but I've invested in UTrust as much as I want to invest. So my portfolio is pretty balanced with UTrust. So I won't be investing too much into UTrust, but it's not too bad of a time. I mean, it was looking like it is leveling off, so that's pretty good. And then we have a question about Snovio. So let's go to Snov. Dropping RSI. We have some further dropping 8 hours on an 8 hour interval. So let's look at the hourly. Stochastic not looking that great. I mean, I think we could continue to drop. We haven't really, these coins are being unfairly punished, but I don't think we get past that 700 Satoshi, or sorry, 600 Satoshi mark. There's a lot of pressure behind that 600 Satoshi mark. So honestly, I don't think we get past that 600 Satoshi mark. And that being said, let's go back to TradingView because you guys have a lot more questions. Somebody's saying EOS, EOS, EOS. Let us look through EOS, guys. EOS, EOS. So this is the 25-day moving average, and we're hitting on EOS. I actually don't know why we're in Binance. I usually chart on Bitfinex. Okay. So we're seeing this hit the, again, we're seeing this hit the 25-day moving average. That's low. All right, this is low for EOS, essentially. That RSI is dropping. You know, we're a little bit oversold, I think. But I mean, I could see us dropping all the way down to 10,000. 10,000, sorry, 0.001 BTC. So honestly, I could see us dropping down, you know, even around this range here. Let's draw a fib retracement and let's see what's going on. Yikes. Okay, I'll draw that from the top. So that buyback region, it falls right into where I said it would drop back, right? That light blue, that critical 0.618 level. So this area right here. Whoops. All right. All right, so KuCoin, I'm not going to look too much of KuCoin. I just haven't been following it, and I think it's a little bit inflated. I like Storage a little better. But they don't, I mean, KuCoin actually has a working product out. It's just like one of the shittiest websites I've ever seen. But anyways, OMG on the hourly looks pretty decent, but let's look at this at the 4 hour. Yeah, we're gonna see some increased consolidation throughout the, I want to say throughout the like a week, you know, at least another week of downturn until we really bottom out. There has to be some really good news to come out if we are to come out. You know, there's a lot of fundamental trading here. I think there's more fundamental trading here than the traditional market. I think it is very important to look at the news. So I like this. I like this line a lot. But yeah, I mean, I don't see OMG dropping too much. You see we're around this area right here, this 0.0012 area, you know, 0.015 area, you know, between that area, it's very decent pickup time there. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know if I would be selling OMG too much. It might be a decent time to buy some OMG right now. Do you like Komodo? Of course I like Komodo. HPP is going to rocket February 5th. Yeah, so high performance blockchain. Sam's video yesterday was on high performance blockchain. That's essentially our Neo of 2017. That's what we're thinking. It's going to hit Binance February 5th. So I would keep an eye out for HPP. I mean, I think it's going to be a massive run up. So I'm looking at Komodo right now. I'm just looking at it. It does look decent. It looks like a decent time to buy maybe. But Komodo, you know, they're a really hardworking team. Don't get me wrong, but they really have not hit any of their actual roadmap objectives, and that's a little bit concerning to me. Monty Werle donates $2 and says, "Make cryptocurrency great again." Absolutely. You know. I like my Bitcoin like my president, orange. You know, that's what I like my currency like I like my president, orange. That's pretty good. I like that. I like that little quip. All right, you like GVT? I do like GVT. All right, it's a decent time to get in, but decent to cut. Okay. So there's a lot more questions still to be answered here. But Komodo, let me give you some quick price predictions here on Komodo. I honestly think it's going to sit sideways until Bitcoin does anything. I mean, it's just remarkable to see a lot of these cryptocurrencies. Not really, they just haven't been hitting their objectives as much as I would like. I think we continue to sit sideways. We even dropped down a little bit lower, you know, to that 0.0045 area. You know, maybe see another 5-10% drop, and maybe you could buy back a little bit cheaper. But you know, it'll be very interesting to see. All right, so NAS. So there's a lot of questions on NAS. Nebulous. Yeah, State of the Union was. If it's anything like Bitcoin, it's not good. NAS. Why can't I find Nebulous? It's only on Huobi. I really like Nebulous. I really do. It's cool. They're trying to create this world book, trying to pretty much connect different ledgers with each other, so the data could be you know, pretty much shared very easily. That being said, I mean, it's taking a beating, isn't it, guys? It's taking a real beating. But anyways, I can't really do anything unless I log into Huobi, and I'm not about to do that right now. Do you know any resources to learn about Elliott wave theory as it pertains to cryptocurrency? Yeah, there's a lot of good YouTube videos out there that you could watch. free, absolutely free of charge. Or you go to Udemy and there's some Elliott wave theory analysis, but that really doesn't pertain to cryptocurrency. I learned on YouTube, and I learned from one of my friends on Wall Street, really how to, pretty much chart technical analysis properly. And then I actually traded some Forex, traded in Forex, when I was younger as well. When I was in my early 20s, I used to trade Forex. It was just insane returns, right? Especially when you're elaborate margin trading like that. Do you think we're downwards a couple more days? Do you meditate and explore consciousness? I do not meditate, but I explore consciousness. I guess that makes sense, right? Tether's death wouldn't be good at the market at all. No, it would not be good. But it has to happen sometime, right? It has to happen sometime. So why not now? Why not now? So I think any news, the truth will set you free. Honestly, there's never a good time to release FUD, right? But I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be fine in the long term. Pedro says, or Mason says, RDN, and Pedro says Vibe opinion. I don't know about Vibe. I'm just not sold on it. I hold a lot of Vibe. I hold some Vibe, not a lot, but yeah, we'll see if that Super Bowl stuff really comes true at all. But I think it's going to be a good year for Bitcoin in general, though. It's going to be a good year for cryptocurrencies in general. All right, so RDN. So let's push this out to the 4-hour. Hourly doesn't really tell us that much. 4-hour looks pretty decent. I mean, we're hitting that 25-day average. That doesn't really mean much, though. Stochastic, super low. I like that. RSI, middle of the pack. Okay, that's okay. We're maybe leveling off a little bit. RDN is still like relatively high comparatively, but I still think it's a good idea to pick a little bit up. I think it's a very good hedge against the rise of Bitcoin. I think if Ethereum does take over peer-to-peer transaction payments, I think Raiden will be in the forefront of that. So I think it's a very, very good idea. Lightning Network is not decentralized, and fees will be the same as bank or more. Not necessarily true. The fee structure, we don't really know anything yet. Share and retweet and smash that thumbs up button, people. Thank you. Sakib, thank you very much. Sakib, I believe, is part of the Moon Lounge, or the Advantage and the Moon Lounge. If you don't know what the Advantage and Moon Lounge is, we're finally seeing the mass wave of people joining the Moon Lounge now. Since we had two, we had the Advantage Moon Lounge, then we had the old Moon Lounge, and we're slowly shifting in, into a bigger, better, consolidated discussion. So fantastic stuff. Do you think MLK Street in America will ever be replaced by BT Street? No. No. Do I think George Washington is going to be replaced by a Bitcoin? No. No, that doesn't make any sense. Stay with Bitcoin and ETH for now. Anything else is a big gamble. Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. And again, guys, share this on Facebook.com/CryptoSomniac and Twitter.com/CryptoSomniac, and you'll be eligible to win some free crypto live on air. So, actually, that being said, let's actually go through the markets one more time. I think it's very, very important to see what's taking the largest hit. So Dent iOS token, of course, took a huge hit. Brand new cryptocurrency. I wouldn't think anything else of it. Verge taking a massive hit. I mean, let's put it in terms of BTC so we really know what's going on. Revain pumping. Dent down 14. So it's not too big of a hit, right? You should really look in terms of Bitcoin instead of USD. And how about here in terms of Bitcoin? Wow, okay. This is interesting. Storm down 17%. Wow. Storm has some really good partnerships, as I've read. Centra down 12%. That's unfortunate. Everything is down, guys. Everything is down. I mean, this is, you know what it's time for? You know what it's time for? Pour one out for the homies, guys. Pour one out for all the lost gains. This is sad. This makes me feel like, just psychologically, this is, a bad time, to get into the market and to trade and do anything. But you have to really fight through that and make these quick, just second discussions. Because, guys, just to tell you the truth, just to tell you the absolute truth, I mean, people say, buy the dip, but it's very hard to buy the dip when, you're essentially scared for Bitcoin. When you can't even trust in Bitcoin, it's hard to buy the dip, right? A lot of you guys are new, and, I understand that there's going to be a relative amount of FUD. And that being said, psychologically, it's just very, very hard to fight through all that sort of pressure, almost, right? That like existential pressure that Bitcoin's putting on you. Blood in the streets, absolutely blood in the streets, guys. But honestly, it's hard to say, why didn't you buy the dip? Well, guys, it's, especially if you're really new or you haven't been really seasoned like this, it's hard. It's hard for people to grasp that. Like, okay, I need to buy the dip. And what is the dip? I mean, I think you should be dollar cost averaging on this way down. I mean, buy a little right now, buy a little at 95. And if we continue to drop, continue to buy while you're going down. I mean, we could easily see 91, 92, 9,000. This entire region we could easily see within the next, I want to say next 5-6 hours. Maybe I'll stream in the next 5-6 hours. It's hard. It's hard to buy the dip, guys. It is. If you're listening to one source of information, like you're listening to YouTubers or Facebook, Facebook groups and things like that, Reddit, it's hard to find reliable information. Like, oh, this guy said this guy said that. No one truly knows what's going to happen. We could make our best guess and our best decision, right, about the markets. And, we could look at historical precedences. But, if someone said, oh, I thought it was going to reverse at 11,000 and we're going to head back to 15,000, it's not their fault, right? I mean, they're just trying to look at the precedents, and they're trying to look at some people are more right than others. And I'd like to think I'm more right than not, but it's going to be really interesting. It's going to be a hell of a ride that we're going to have to really ride through tonight. I think tonight's going to be one of the significant drops, right? There's really, really significant drops. But we'll see if the market could really fight through it. We'll see. I mean, it is the end of January, so maybe February will bring rain, bring that rain of money really in there. So that being said, I mean, let's go take a look at NEO. So NEO had DevCon. Guys, share this on Facebook and share this on Twitter, and you could actually win some free crypto tonight. And all these are live on air, guys. These comments are real time. It's basically the only, I think, probably the best way you could really access information is live on air. And we do these live every single day, so keep an eye out for that, guys. We're not as prettily edited or cut or we do this live every single day. We don't do like 5, 6, 7 minute videos. We do hour-long videos every single day, and just to go over the markets, just to see our thoughts on the markets, because sometimes it is valuable to get like a community insight, and you know, I feed a lot of you guys as well. So so share on Facebook and share on Twitter, and we're gonna pick a winner. Yes, that is correct. But that being said, let's look at Neo. Neo, wow, all-time high still. Basically just a tad bit off all-time high. Let's look at this in the hourly. Hourly looking okay. Let's look at the 30-minute really quick. Consolidation, if I've ever seen one. Let's go get BTC USD. Yikes. We are not doing well, huh? But that's okay. That's okay. I think we'll continue to drop. 95 will be a solid mark. Dave Christian says, if you had to liquidate all your crypto portfolio into 4 coins, but you couldn't touch them for 5 years, which 4 coins would you choose? Okay. Well, not counting Bitcoin and Ethereum, you know, I think that's I think your answer deserves more than just Bitcoin and Ethereum, because I know that's pretty much a dead giveaway. I'll give you 4 extras after that. One will be EOS for me. I think EOS pretty much changes the game completely. I think EOS is a very good long-term hold. Another one would be Neo for me. That is another, you know, these are going to be very safe, strong picks for the future. And if I had to hold for 5 years, this is what I would hold. Neo, EOS, and let's see another one. I would hold Omise Go, but a lot of the hype is going to die down at the end of 2018. This still hasn't been hyped up to proportions that I'd like to see yet. I think it's going to be amazing Q2, so I'd definitely pick some up before Q2. And another one I really like, I really would like is to keep in my portfolio for the next 5 years, is probably QTUB. You know, I think, and you know, this might be a little chintzy, but I'm gonna pick 4 platforms because I think platforms have the brightest future, right? I think platforms by far have the brightest future. And let's see, one more. One more. Let's see. I would pick Kyber or Raiden. Kyber, Raiden, or Omise Go. That's what I would pick. I don't think Ethereum's going anywhere. So let's go. Let's keep going through this, guys. Actually, let's go get you guys some free crypto. 1 for Facebook, 2 for Twitter, and let's do random number generator, and 3 for reroll. I hate when it's 1 because I don't know if my computer's frozen or what. So I'm actually going to do this 10. All right, perfect. All right, 1 for Facebook, 2 for Twitter, 3 for reroll. All right, Facebook it is. Whoops. This is our group, guys. This is our Facebook group. We got over 34,000 members in our Facebook group. So join it if you'd like. It's a little bit wild, a little bit decentralized. So be careful about any of the information you do read on that group. But let's retweet this. Yeah, like the Crypto Sarmac page if you can. So we have 18 shares here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 shares. So some people have their privacy settings kind of messed up. So we're gonna have to just do that. Whoops, what am I doing? 1 through 11. Number 5. Congratulations, number 5. So let's count on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anthony Davola, congratulations. You are the winner of some free crypto. So I'm going to snip you out, and we're going to find you, and we're going to give you some free cryptocurrency. Or you can message us. Either way, it'll be good. Cool. Let's go through a couple more coins in the market. And, hopefully you like the stream. This was a more State of the Bitcoin kind of stream, talking more highlighted about Bitcoin and the psychology of these huge bear days like this. Huge drops. We saw about a 10% drop in Bitcoin. That's pretty big. And that being said, be vigilant. Buy the dip, and you won't know it's a dip when you're in a dip. You don't know it, right? You're looking around. When you hit the bottom, you don't know it. You're like, okay, is this the bottom, or are we going to keep sinking? You don't really quite know, if you're going to keep sinking or not. Fender status is fly, Eagles fly. Absolutely, go Eagles. Absolutely, go Eagles. Yep, I am from Philadelphia. So, okay, if Tether crushes the market, will it collapse 50 to 80%? That will really be a dip. So we're already down 50%. We're already down 50%. So, maybe we'll see even more. Maybe we'll see 60, 70, 80%. And I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe we do go down to that $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 region. So if we look at that 200-day moving average, I think that 200-day moving average is a pretty valuable thing to look at as well. Let's pull this out to the daily. Whoops. What am I doing? Let's pull this out to the daily, and then we'll 200. All right, where is this moving average? Oh. So this is the 200-day moving average. This is, I don't think it'll ever get below this 200-day moving average ever. That's how confident I am in Bitcoin. But that's only at 7,800. Could we hit that? Absolutely, we could. But I honestly think we're going to hit that 9,000 and then that 85 and then bounce right back. Then we have a question on Loopring. So yeah, let's go take a look at Loopring. Loopring is essentially like a decentralized exchange plugin. It's pretty interesting. It's based off of Neo's. It's on the Neo platform. I don't like that at all. I don't even know what I'm trying to draw here. Just draw support. That's decent. I like that. Hitting support all the way up with our Loopring. Let's go to the 4-hour. So right now, everything is almost flatlining. RSI at 50. This is at 50. Everything is at 50. Guys, it's just honestly, I would take a look at Bitcoin. Buy the dip on Bitcoin, and then once you buy some Bitcoin, once you've determined it's a dip, then go into the altcoins. And then once Bitcoin rebounds, everything will rebound. Mark my words, guys. Everything will rebound as soon as Bitcoin rebounds. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. This is Sneh here at Crypto Steemit. Peace out, y'all.